So, what's the single most valuable tool for a storyteller? A super fast laptop? A huge vocabulary? Well, according to the N-Style Scenario Guidebook, it's something way more personal. Something every single one of us already has. Let's dive in.
All right, so what is this core idea? Let's get right to it and break down the most important asset any writer could possibly have. And here it is. It all comes down to this one simple but really profound truth. It's not about what you've studied or who you know. Your greatest, most endless source of material is your own life. Every single thing you've seen, felt, and been through.
I mean, just let that sink in. This one sentence changes everything, doesn't it? Storytelling isn't about just making things up out of thin air. It's about digging into the truth of your own existence.
Now, to really get how huge this idea is, we kind of have to zoom way out. Let's put this whole thing in a global perspective to see just how massive this resource actually is.
8 billion people. That's about how many people are on this planet right now. It's a number so big, it's almost hard to wrap your head around. But for a storyteller, what does a number like that really mean?
It means that right now, as we speak, 8 billion totally unique stories are playing out. No two are the same, not even close. And your life? It's one of them, a completely original story that only you can tell.
Okay, so if your life is the raw material, how does it actually become a story? I mean, it's not just a library of things that happen to you. It's way more dynamic than that. It's the engine. The source material calls this the unique driving force. And what's so cool about this idea is how specific it is. See, your life doesn't just give you ideas for stories, it actually shapes the kinds of stories you're pulled toward and the specific way you tell them. It really is the engine, not just the fuel in the tank.
And this personal engine, it doesn't just power one story and then shut off. No, over your whole life, it's building the very foundation of who you are as a creator.
Think of it like this. A writer's unique voice, that thing we're all searching for, it doesn't just appear out of nowhere. It has to grow from something solid. And that solid ground, that bedrock, that's your personal experience.
And this slide breaks it down perfectly. Your life literally forges your artistic perspective, how you see the world. It sets your values, what you believe is important, and it even determines your capacity as a creator, the depth and the range of human experience you can actually write about convincingly.
So this brings us to a really crucial point. Understanding this link between your life and your art isn't just a helpful tip. Honestly, for any serious writer, it is an absolute must. Which, of course, leads us to this pretty critical question. If your life is the bedrock, what happens when that bedrock is shaky? What if you, the writer, don't have a clear understanding of who you are? Well, the answer is pretty stark. A story that's built on an unstable foundation just can't stand. If a writer doesn't truly know themselves, what drives them, what they value, their own unique point of view, that confusion is going to bleed onto the page, and the whole thing will eventually just collapse.
And that right there is the ultimate takeaway. The work of writing starts way before you type fade in. It starts with the work of understanding yourself. You have to be able to read your own story before you can write a compelling one for anyone else.
So, as we close this one out, I'm going to leave you with this question to think about with your own work. The next time you sit down to write, don't just ask what story you want to tell. Ask yourself, what piece of my unique 1 in 8 billion life is really being captured here on the page?